Good morning, Baltimore. Just kidding. My name's Caitlin, and this is my brother Zachary. We do cruise vlogs and adventure vlogs. So today we are actually going to Animal Kingdom / Epcot. We actually park hopped yesterday, as you saw. If you didn't see, you can watch that video. But today we're doing Animal Kingdom and Epcot. Let's get our day started. We're at Animal Kingdom. How you feeling, Zachary?
Fine. What do you mean? We already inside yet?
Well, I'm excited.
We're not even inside it, but it's probably my least, I won't say least favorite, but I'm not least excited.
Yeah, a few years ago, this was the one that I wanted to come to the most. Now it's Hollywood Studios, but we were there yesterday. I'm very excited. We'll get to Wilderness Explorers. So there's the pin store over there for all you pin traders. You can go into the Riverside Depot and get some. I'm just like struck by the Tree of Life. Like, we're in line for the safari. They said it would be about 65 minutes. That's not that bad. We stood in line yesterday for the same time for Tower of Terror yesterday, so it'll be fine. Unfortunately, the line is in the direct sun, but it's okay. We'll survive. So this was $199, and it takes you like behind the scenes, and you get to do like a special restaurant and stuff. But you also get to like get up close with the animals. It's really cool. I would recommend it. If you have it in your budget, I would recommend it. It pulls off so fast.
Hello friends, my name is Tessa and I'll be your safari guide today through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Couple of things. If you look up above your heads, you'll find an animal spotting guide, and that will help you to identify some of the animals we might get the chance to see out here today. We are going to begin our journey here in the Little Ituri Forest first. Now the animals in the forest are known to be very shy and reclusive. And speaking of which, if you look off to the right, all the way towards the top left corner, there is a beautiful okapi. Now the okapi has those stripes on their hind legs that kind of look like zebra stripes. However, they are the most known relative to the giraffe. Over here on the left, look at this really large white and black bird. This is a saddle-billed stork. They get their name from that yellow saddle shape that sits towards the top of their beak. Male and female will have different colored eyes. Females have bright yellow and males have dark brown. So the one that we just went by there was a female. They usually have only one mate for life, so there's probably another one around here somewhere. They also vocalize not by, or they communicate not by vocalizing. They actually communicate by rattling their bills together. So that is how they're able to talk. Keep an eye out in the bushes, maybe up by the mud walls as well. A lot of the animals tend to blend in very well, especially in the forest. Laying up on top of the hill, those orange antelope, those are called bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they're very rarely seen, so consider that seeing a couple of ghosts. Both male and female will carry those horns, and what's interesting about the horns is that they slant backwards towards their head, and that helps them to move very quickly through the forest without getting caught on anything to slow them down. It's a good start here so far. We're going to continue our journey down into the Saki River, where we'll look out for more of the aquatic animals on our animal spotting guide. Like there are some pink-backed pelicans in the water and at the edge of the water there. They get their name from turning this beautiful pink color on their backs during mating season. Now in Africa, hippos will claim the rivers as their home. A lot of the time they can be overlooked because they can sleep for up to 8 minutes at a time without coming up for a breath of air. They'll also sleep at the bottom of the river. And whenever they're moving, instead of swimming at the surface, they'll actually kind of walk along the riverbed. So keep an eye out. Let me know if you see any bubbles or ripples in the water. Oh, look over here. There's actually some hippos sunbathing out on the island. There's a baby one. Baby hippos are usually born around 85 pounds at birth. Whenever they are fully grown, a Nile hippo can weigh up to 5,500 pounds. Coming up on the left side here, some other large animals are the Nile crocodile. They are the largest in the crocodilian species. Their diet is mainly made of fish, but they're also known to eat those bigger animals like a gazelle, especially when they migrate through the water. Now they don't need to eat in regular intervals like we as humans do. In fact, they can go a few months without eating anything at all. But to do that, they have to eat a lot of food all at once beforehand, and they can actually eat up to 250 pounds in just one meal. To put that into perspective for you, that's about half of a Nile crocodile's body. Now that we're out of the river, we're about to be overlooking the largest part of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, known as the Savannah. Now, giraffe will usually be found in a group of other giraffes known as a tower. You can probably guess why. A group of giraffes is called a tower. They are the tallest land mammals in the world after all. So when we see one, we'll probably see some more eventually. But in the meantime, the closest thing up to us right now are the Hartmann's mountain zebras. Mountain zebras are the most social of the zebra species. Usually they're found close by to each other, just like they are right now, in a group called a dazzle. Other types of zebras are usually found solitary. They just don't get along very well with other zebras, but these are the exception. Another great way to tell that these are mountain zebras is by looking at a few of their physical characteristics. So for one, if you look at their hind legs, their stripe pattern is a lot thicker than the rest of their body. Also, if you look at the front of their neck, they have this extra flap of skin that hangs down a little bit further than the rest of their body. That is called a dewlap. It helps to regulate their body temperature. They're the only type of zebra to have that characteristic. So right away, if you see that, that tells you that it is a mountain zebra. Now, just like no two human fingerprints are the same, no two zebra stripes are ever the same. They are all
I don't know what that is. Antelope or something?
Over here on the left, these are wildebeest, these gray animals here. Behind the wildebeest in the back there, those dark brown animals are the sable antelope. They are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. They represent resilience and they're very territorial. In a fight or flight situation, the sable antelope will always choose to fight. Now it looks like there's a couple more giraffe a little bit closer up for us to view over here. Now giraffes will spend the majority of their day eating or searching for food. They only sleep around 30 minutes out of each and every day. To help them with their eating habits, they have very long tongues. They're about 1.5 feet in length. They're also prehensile, which means they have a lot of control over them. They can reach up into these trees and grasp any specific leaf that they want, rip it off with their tongue, and bring it down to their mouth. Their tongue is also a purple color, which helps them from getting sunburned while eating in the sunshine all day long. Now, we mentioned how giraffes usually don't sleep a whole lot. Again, around 30 minutes out of the day. They'll kind of spread it out, kind of doze off every now and again, not usually sleep the whole 30 minutes straight. But whenever they do sleep, they'll kind of doze off while they're eating. They'll stay standing as they are sleeping. Whenever they lay down, they're in their most vulnerable position, so it's very rare to see a giraffe laying down. And look at that. Proving me wrong. There's one right over here. Now, since we're on a reserve, they do feel very safe to be laying down here. That's so funny. There's also the Ankole cattle there behind the giraffe, where those palm trees are, with the massive white horns. They're also known as the Watusi cattle, after the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them. Now their horns can grow up to 5 feet in length, and there's a honeycomb-like structure on the inside of the horns that blood will pump through and act like a cooling system. We've got some up-close views here of the giraffe. Now look at the hair on the end of the tail of this giraffe here. Looks pretty thick. It's actually one strand of hair is about 10 times thicker than the average human's hair on their head. Their tail is actually long enough, the hair on it is long enough to reach the front of their body, and they'll use it as like a fly swatter.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Now we're moving on from the tallest land mammals in the world to hopefully the largest land mammals, since we're headed towards elephant country. Looks like there might be one straight ahead. We'll try to get a better view as we keep moving forward here. There's also some monkeys on the left. If you look in the grass behind the trees on the hillside, a really large one there, that's a mandrill. Mandrills are the largest monkeys. That really large one in the back behind these rocks here is the male. They're about 70% larger in size than the females are. They can weigh up to 100 pounds. They're like Rafiki from The Lion King. Their colors on their bodies will grow brighter when they get more excited. All right, let's see if we can get closer to that elephant. Oh yeah, right over here to the right. The largest land mammal in the world, the African elephant. They can weigh up to 13,000 pounds.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible. Now, to maintain the title of being the largest land mammals in the world, elephants have to eat a lot of food. And they will eat up to 300 pounds of food in just one day.
That's a lot.
Pretty incredible. Now, that one there was by itself from what I could see, and that is a great sign that that one is a male elephant. And I say that because around the age of 15 is when the male elephants become mature enough to leave the herd that they grew up in, and they will become solitary from there on out. Sometimes, though, they'll form very small bachelor groups with one or two other males, but usually not very many in a group. Now, the herds of elephants are made up of all adult females and their children. They'll combine into one large group, take care of each other, take care of each other's young. They're very tight-knit, very social, especially the younger ones. They like to play with their siblings, cousins, friends, aunts, but at nighttime they'll always be back where their mothers are, kind of like a human curfew.
There's another one over there, I think.
Looks like there might be a few more elephants coming up on the left side here. Now, if you've ever wondered why elephants are usually very dirty on their skin, especially on their head, their ears, and their back, that's usually on purpose, and it's a very good thing. So elephants have very, very sensitive skin, and they will pick up mud with their trunk and spray it on their bodies to cool off, but also whenever it dries up, it acts like a natural sunblock. So they're pretty much always protected. This one here is flapping its ears as well, and that is another great way to cool down. They have lots of very sensitive veins in those ears, so that consistent airflow going can decrease their body temperature as much as 15 degrees just by consistently doing that. Kind of makes me wish I had bigger ears in the summertime. Looks like there's one right on the other side of the water here. Yes, the youngest one of the group. Coming up on the left side here are the greater flamingos. These are the lightest shade of pink in the flamingo species. They're also the largest in size. Now, they are born a gray color naturally, but they do grow pinker over time from eating brine shrimp. The shrimp has this protein called beta-carotene, which is the cause of that pink pigment. Usually around the age of 2 is when a flamingo will be fully pink. So we do have a couple younger ones on the island there that aren't super pink yet. Some of their feet are still a little bit of a gray color, and their beaks are a little bit gray as well. There's a mud wallow on the left side here, and that's a great sign of rhinos. Just like elephants, rhinos also have very sensitive skin, but because they don't have a trunk like an elephant, rhinos have to resort to rolling around in a mud pit like that one on the left side. So they'll roll all around in it, cover their bodies to get that natural sunblock and to cool off. And that one looks like it's been rolled in recently, so we'll keep an eye out. It would be hard to miss a rhino. They are the second largest land mammals in the world, right after elephants. In the meantime, though, we're getting closer to where some of those bigger cats that we mentioned earlier are usually found around. So keep an eye out over on the left side if anything sticks out to you. They do tend to blend in pretty well. I think I see something. So straight ahead, off on the left side, there are at least one cheetah. I think there's a second one right behind it, laying down towards the far right side of this hill on our left. There's one right in the sunshine, and then there's one right in the shade below the one in the sunshine. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals in the world, reaching speeds up to 70 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. They will maintain that speed for a few hundred yards. Cheetahs actually get tired pretty quickly, so they don't always prefer to be super fast at all times. They'll save it for when they think it is worth it. And unlike most big cats, cheetahs actually hunt during the day. Most of the time big cats will hunt at night, but cheetahs have these black teardrop marks that surround their eyes that act like sunglasses, so they're able to see a little bit better when they're hunting. We also have the Kopi Rocks on the left side here, which is a great place for those even bigger cats that we mentioned are usually hanging out around. Just like in the movie The Lion King, Pride Rock, lions love to be able to overlook the savannah. They like to be the first to know what's going on all around them. Now, lions are one of those big cats that are typically hunting at night. Oh, look over here, there's an ostrich laying down on the left side. That's why we're stop and go here. Hello, little lady.
Callie, you see the rhino?
Ostrich are the largest birds in the world. Over to the right, check out this group of white rhinos. A couple of them look like they've been rolling around in that mud back there, protecting their skin from the sun.
That's funny.
Good SPF. We'll get a little bit closer up to them in just a moment. Now, white rhinos are usually found in groups together, just like they were back there. Ooh, look over here, friends. To the left, there's a lion sleeping at the bottom of the rocks facing our way here. So yes, they're usually going to be sleeping during the day, and then they wake up at night when they're energized to hunt. Now it's going to be the female lioness that actually will do the hunting. They'll get in a group of other females to hunt together, while the males, like that one there, they are the ones that stay back to protect their cubs and their territory. To the left, there's a warthog laying right above that burrow in the sunshine there. Continuing our Lion King story with Pumbaa, which is Swahili for foolish, but don't let that fool you. They're really smart. They dig those holes in the ground with their tusks on the side of their mouth. Another ostrich here. Now let's check out these white rhinos. There's a baby rhino to our right, a little bit smaller than the rest. So the way that we can tell that these are specifically white rhinos is by looking at their mouth shape. They have these very wide and flat lips, and that helps them to graze along the flat grasslands of the savanna. Each different type of rhino in the world will have a differently shaped mouth. To the right, this is a bontebok, which is a relative of the wildebeest that we saw a little bit ago. They're also known as patchwork buck for the contrast colors of their coat. Now we're going to swing by the warden's post just around the bend here, see what the Nigerian dwarf goats are up to today. Now the goats help to keep the post nice and tidy. They eat all the weedy underbrush that some other domestic animals might not be able to reach. So they're hanging out over here by this Jeep on the other side. And that is their full-grown size. Now they produce this very sweet milk, which is considered of high value in Africa. That helps the communities to rely much less on the wildlife that we just saw nearby.
Sorry.
Alrighty, friends, these gates have opened for us to head back towards the village now. So I hope you guys were able to see some of your favorite animals out there today and some really cool and up-close sights of them. Now, no two safaris are ever the same. The animals definitely make sure of that. So I encourage you all to come back and ride again sometime. You might even get the chance to see a different animal than you saw this time around.
I liked it.
Was it worth an hour wait in your opinion?
I think so, yeah.
I absolutely agree. We saw so many different animals, and our tour guide was really knowledgeable. We saw a monkey, we saw 2 ostriches, we saw a lion. It was asleep and it was cute. I'm just being honest, it was cute. Anyways, and we waited about an hour. At one point it was like 80 minutes, but it dropped back down to an hour.
Yeah, but you need bus until, so I might as well just wait in line.
Yeah. If we could have gotten it, we would have, but we couldn't, so that's a great way to spend your time. I can't imagine anything being better than that, to be honest. Any ride.
Attention, explorers! Look now to the Discovery River. It's billionaire adventurer Scrooge McDuck and his faithful travel companion, Launchpad McQuack.
Launchpad McQuack.
Thrill seekers have sailed
It's not Donald, it's Launchpad
all
McQuack.
the way from Duckburg to experience the raging current and erupting geysers of the legendary Kali
I'm surprised they still have
River
Scrooge
Rapids.
out.
Since Launchpad lost their map days ago, can someone
Scrooge.
please point
Okay, now we can go. Now we're going to Discovery Island, and we're going to go see It's a Bug's Life. Or It's Tough to Be a Bug, one of the two. I forget what it's called. Yeah, It's Tough to Be a Bug. We're here to see It's Tough to Be a Bug. Thoughts on that show?
Yeah?
Thoughts on that show, Zachary?
You should definitely do it. I might like that more than Safari, maybe. I don't know about Todd, they're good, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's the very first show that I've ever been in. Like, that's a 10-minute show that was very interactive. Yeah, I would 100% do that. I really loved Country Bears too, but that one might have a beat. I think that one does have a beat, to be honest. It was really good. You liked it, right?
Yep.
Any thoughts?
It was good, but little kids would get scared. The
Yeah.
whole theater was crying.
What is it?
Sounded like the whole theater was crying.
Yeah. Even when you think the show is over, there's a little thing at the end. Oh, it's so cute. Loved it. Loved it. Highly recommend. So we have 2 fast passes. We have the Navi River Journey, and then we have Remy's Ratatouille for park hopping. Anyway, so we're headed there now. So now we're going to see the Finding Nemo musical. Have heard great reviews about this. What were your thoughts on the Nemo
Good. It's
musical?
like the Broadway play I paid $100-some to watch in Chicago. The Lion King.
Yeah, it was a Broadway style show, so that makes sense. I enjoyed it. I tried to get some photos, but I don't think it worked. There's a dinosaur out, a Triceratops is out in a costume. Yeah, I did. There's 2 other ones, Daisy and someone. We're off to see dinosaur. This was one of the very first movies that we watched when we were little that I can remember. Besides like Wizard of Oz and stuff. Don't you think so? I just think like Disney movies. Besides Princess and everything, I think this was one of the first movies we ever watched. I'm surprised this is still here, to be honest. We just got off the dinosaur ride. What we see online, like we've watched it before, it's not an accurate depiction of what the actual ride is. It's more like...
Google wasn't right either, so no drops or anything.
Yeah, it was more like...
Just mini roller coaster.
Yeah,
kind of.
it was like
I
a mini
liked
roller
it, which is
coaster.
saying something.
He liked it. I think I just was not
Also, our
expecting
photo
it, so
below.
it was fine. Yeah, we'll put her photo below, but so anyways, I would do it again. How many dinosaurs out of 10 would you give it?
9.
I would give it 7.5. It was still fun. I would do it again. So you can get these for about $15 with a drink. So Such a pretty view of Tree of Life. Oh, there's pen trading. Let's go look. Hi. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? I just was looking. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm vibrating too. Alright, thank you. If you look closely in the tree, it's a ring-tailed lemur. I don't see the brown tail or collared brown lemur, but I see the ring-tailed. So this is across from Discovery Trading Company, literally right across from it, and you can come see them. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I didn't see the collared brown lemur, but I saw the ring-tailed one. I'd call that successful. Here go Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. Bye, Pluto! We are at Epcot. So when we were leaving Animal Kingdom, I went on my account just to look, because I'm an anxious person, and my Remy Fast Genie Plus Lightning Lane, whatever you want to call it, didn't show up, and they said it couldn't be redeemed, but I just talked to somebody and they said that it could be, so we'll see. I'll keep you updated. We went to guest relations and they basically said the ride was down and that's what caused it to go away, but it says I can use it now at any time that I want, so I'm going to use it when
It's actually even better because
it's less time. I mean, we would have left Animal Kingdom this time anyways, probably. There was...
we had separate riding times.
No, yeah, I know. His time was right when mine ended. So this is better, but would we have done anything else?
What?
Would we have done anything else at Animal Kingdom that would have made us stay later?
No. You paint the wall.
I don't think so, unless we did Avatar. Another character. It's not necessarily a chalk character, but it's definitely a character, and it's Peter Pan. Zachary just pointed out there's Mary Poppins' dress. And this is actually Peter Pan's shadow. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, it's the Peter Pan thing. No, it's a shadow. So we also got the orange moose here at, I believe it's Deco Delight.
Up there in that creek. Downside back.
Like berry flavoring. Take us home and eat it.
Tastes like cereal. Right, you had 2 pieces. I think it was good.
Yeah.
Here's Haunted Mansion and Mickey and Donald. It is $595. I don't know. Wally and Eve, $595 also. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, $2,500. Hi, can we get the Fondue Coco and the Bon Bon Margarita? So we got the Bon Bon Margarita, which is like a marshmallow, obviously, margarita, and the Coco de Flan. I'll let Zachary do the first bite. Give me my fork.
I like it because it's Coke, and I love Coke. It tastes kind of slushy though.
Here, you taste mine.
I like the cake on a cruise.
Just film me, so. It's very strong, but it's good. Oh my god, that's good.
It's okay, strong though. Yeah.
It's cold. Did you like it?
Yep.
You did?
Still my favorite's the French.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like the cake?
I
like
like
the cake on a cruise.
I like coconut. It was like this. It was like spongy and cold, and I normally.
Kind of like the cake.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was tasted good. It's just the texture that threw me off. Margarita was okay. So for the last snacks of the night, we have 2 Figment grape smoothies and a Pop-Tart and the rainbow cake. Let's try the rainbow cake first with the Skittles on top. It's good?
It's like a vanilla cake.
I've heard negative things about it, to be honest.
These are crunchy.
Yeah, there's dried Skittles. That's good. I would break these in half. We don't need to.
You don't taste anything.
I like it. How many Figments would you give the Pop-Tart? Out of 5.
One.
Sorry. 1?
It's just, all I taste is bread.
I give it a 3.5. Out of the, how many?
3.
Oh, 5? I would give the cake 4 out of 5. You don't like it?
You'll have to drink it. Told you. Waste of money. Waste of money. It literally tastes like children's medicine.
Tastes like grape flavored medicine.
That's a waste.
How many out of 5?
0. I'm 1.
I would give it a 0.5.
Okay, fine, 0.5 then, because it tastes like medicine.
Only flavored medicine that you could ever find where we live is grape or cherry. I've gone several years without having grape flavored anything, and I recently just started having it again. This is too much though.